Hi everyone, my name is Dustin Ritter and I'm here to show you some of the new features with Stageforce 2.0 Sapphire Edition. I immediately am inside of an iPad that we're using here at the warehouse. And just want to make sure that you guys are using the new app, you can check out the little gear in the top right over here. That will tell you if you're on version 2.0 or higher. It also will tell you if you have a reader paired for RFID scanning. And once you've downloaded the new app, you'll notice that the home screen is really the listing statuses and all the jobs that you've got. The buttons that you may have seen there previously are at the bottom, which are the tools and the reports and the untagged products and all of the other types of hints. So just we've heard from users that they'd rather have more of their job statuses and all their listings here at the top. So that's new. Also, you can see there's a scan button, and really that's the really big new feature. You might have noticed that our previous app had buttons along the bottom that said things like scan or locate or website. Those are all now gone, and what you're seeing here is really the same thing that's on a web browser that you'd use on your desktop. The difference is that when you're using something like an iOS device, then it understands that and it has the scan button there to perform those functions. So let's jump in and we'll talk about some of these new features. So right away, yeah, the interface looks different. You'll see reader batch, reader single, camera as the three modes that you can use to identify objects. So I've got a reader here, and the reader batch works the same way as it has for quite some time. And as soon as I hold down the trigger, I'm in the warehouse and it's picking lots of RFID tags up. But it picks them up as normal. You can see it's got some unidentified tags that I have here in the warehouse. I'm going to close those out at the bottom. But the reader batch works almost identical to what you guys are all used to from the previous versions of Stageforce. What is new, and I'm going to go ahead and clear these out. You'll notice that as I scroll, you still have options to change. You don't have to perform just one function. Like I don't have to just say reader batch and then decide to move these things forward. I can continue to build upon my batch by using reader single mode or camera mode. But for the standpoint or for the purposes of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and clear them all out. And I'm going to try a new reader single mode. So I've got an object here. Make sure I've got it. And I've got actually, this is true. Actually, that picked that up correctly. This silver sphere was actually closer than the object I had in my hand. And that has an RFID tag that might have more strength, but I can use that RFID reader single mode to identify individual objects so it doesn't pick up everything next to or in the warehouse. So this can be really, really useful, mainly for shopping smalls at your warehouse or identifying individual items like this pillow, and maybe I need to, change something. I can edit one of these things. Maybe I'm at a property and I need to edit the dimensions or something like that. I can go into the device right now and click into the pillow and get into editing mode and make some changes. For this purpose, though, the RFID reader single mode is again just about picking up individual items, and there's an alternative that has also been launched that is really, really important. So this reader has got a barcode at the top of it. You'll see the red lights. Not all readers that were sold have this ability, but we do have an accessory you can buy if you've bought a previous reader. And we do now sell all of our readers that we do sell at the Stageforce store have the barcode built into them. So when would you might want to use the reader single barcode mode? Well, if you're at the warehouse and you're trying to use something like this metal ball, you may want to say the RFID signal doesn't work quite well enough. In this case, obviously it did because it picked it up. But maybe you don't want a big tag on here, and maybe you want something small like this QR code that you see here. So you can use the barcode function to get reader mode. And apologies, hold on 1 second. I have two metal balls here, so that's called human error. But let me grab the mermaid here, and she's got also a barcode at the bottom. And you can see that the mermaid is now in the cart as well, or in the status that I'm getting ready to move it. The other way to possibly move things in now to the mode of grabbing other items is camera mode. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out the mermaid. And I'm going to hit on this iPad that you're seeing here on the screen. I'm going to hit camera, which immediately goes into camera mode. And now I can simply hold up the object. I don't have to click anything, and the mermaid pulls up. So that is the demonstration of all three modes from reader batch, reader single, and camera. Now let's move them to a new location. So the next screen that comes up is all of your active listings. It has the ability to search for them if you want to just type, if you've got a lot of open jobs. You also can click over into the warehouses and move something there. But for this demonstration, let's go ahead and grab something like this second property here. You'll notice that after I click the property, there's new options that were not previously available. And that is that you can move items into selected, located for staging, or located for destaging, which is the transit away from the staging job. So these are all new modes available, which also makes it possible to shop your warehouse for the selected items. And selected, just if you're not familiar, is basically your shopping cart for a property. But I can go ahead and move them into selected. And then it gives me a confirmation screen. Are you sure you want to move those two items to selected at this property? Yes, I can confirm the move. And it successfully gives me a message and moves the items. And then you'll notice it gives you the destination location in case you need to check to see if you've got all the items there that you want. And then it also pulls up the original item locations. In this case, one was located at the main warehouse and the other one was located in another property. A really cool new feature is that the Lime property object, and let's just say it was this ball number 2. So this ball here was located at Lime Street. Now, if you've got multiple balls, again, the question is, well, which one was at Lime Street and which one was in the warehouse? So even though this said it came from Lime Street, I know it was actually in front of me here at the warehouse. So something in the system at one point got confused about which ball and tag number was at what house. The great news is that we have a new system in place that if this ball wasn't correctly located in your system, when you do this scan now, since I know the truth is in front of me, it will backfill this item that if you have multiples of into the Lime Street property so that when you go to destage, you don't say, hey, where's that ball? Or why do I have this ball? And there's no mention of it, that's in the staged items. So that's a reconciliation feature that we added to this as well. But you can start new scan by pressing the button at the top and you begin all over. Another thing to tell you guys is if you did use the locate function, so if you go to a product, which is where you take this reader and walk around your warehouse kind of looking for an item, if you take this around and find the product, so let me get out of this mode. And let's go find a product. I guess I need to research filters. Okay, so here's the pillow. I'm going to click on that. And we're going to go into the product. And you can see under RFID tags, that's where you identify which pillow you're looking for. I personally don't remember the one. It might be this tag right here. So let's go ahead and click on it. But you see how the bottom it says locate with scanner? That's what you do to get into this hot cold game where you go around and hold the reader down and see if you're close. Well, this one happens to be sitting right next to me, so it happens to know that, hey, you're in the right spot. It's definitely coming over here, or it's definitely near you. So that's how you look or use the locate feature now and where the function is. That pretty much wraps it up, though. So hopefully this was helpful, and feel free to contact us if you have any questions. May the Stageforce be with you.